like it.
All the ducks are swimming in the water. All the ducks are swimming in the water.
Here, at the April Regatta 2014, we were treated to a feast of sporting ability, with novices and Olympians alike competing side by side for the title of Regatta Champion. Over the course of 2 days, hundreds of races took place. There was joy, laughter, tears of sadness, tears of happiness, and a lot of cold water. Of course, it being a British event, there was also a lot of chat about the weather. Here, for a brief overview of Saturday's weather, is our weather correspondent, Gary. Over to you, Gary.
It's typical regatta weather, Beth. It's cold, it's a headwind and overcast.
And what does that mean for racing conditions?
Slower.
So we'll expect slower times?
Slower times.
Okay.
It's a good 10-second headwind at the moment.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Gary.
We have reports of illicit dealings going on down by the waterside. We have received footage of a large, middle-aged, bearded man approaching a woman, appearing to trade what we can only assume to be illicit substances. They are stowed in an athlete's boat before all parties leaving the scene in separate directions. We'll bring you more on this as soon as we have it.
And please remember that the lines are now open for our top boat vote competition. There's a reminder of the finalists for you here. We've got the Union Jack boat. It's very nice.
Very nice, yeah, I like that.
Followed by the Sunbeam.
Oh, yeah, that's good, that's good.
Next up we've got the Seahorse, which I quite like.
Oh, yeah, very pretty.
And then the old classic, the Stripe.
Oh, yeah, that classic.
It's simple, but it's...
Yeah. Then there's the Tick Bit. Ed McKeever's got that.
Oh, was he? Oh.
And finally, the Squiggly Line. Oh, no, never seen that before.
No. Also, we do have newcomers to this competition who have gone for colour coordination. They're a very nice pink variety, there's a blue, and there's also a red. We do also have a classic example of what not to do.
And now to Nia with Sunday's weather.
Good morning, welcome to the second day of the Nautical Regatta. Today you may realise that the sun is shining, we have minimal clouds, and thankfully, for once, the windsock is actually a little bit dead.
What's on your bucket list? To start the race, each individual competitor must enter their bucket. For many athletes, this is where the race is won or lost. It may not be the most physical of tasks, but what goes through their heads when they're in the bucket.
Okay. What am I saying? What do I think of when I go into a bucket?
Yeah.
I just try and think of anything but the race, because otherwise I get really nervous, and so I just try and think of something really random just to make sure that I'm relaxed before the race. And then I suppose just before I start, I try and think of like my start plan and like what I'm going to do during the race. That's about it. Yeah, I'm nervous.
Just get out of the buckets fast, concentrate on your own race, don't worry about anyone else, and get down there as fast as you can in as straight as a line as possible.
Fab. And then
Let's do this.
go.
My bucket experience was a little bit windy, a little bit adrenaline rushy, and wet.
Thank you very much, Amy.
So the main thing is just to keep yourself forward in the bucket, so you can get disqualified like a number of ways, things you do wrong in the bucket, and that's essentially what you don't want to do. Because if you false start once, the pressure's on you, compete for the next one. Often what can happen in conditions like today, headwind, you're going to get blown back out of the bucket. So you'll be taking lots of little strokes forwards, just to keep yourself in there. So essentially doing that, stroking on the side, you're going to start. And then what I try and think about is never being too far away from your start position. So you don't want to be just sat here and then go ready, set, go. You want to kind of be there already. So you'll get some random starters who are just ready, set, go, and other ones who say ready, or wait 5 seconds, set. But you always want to be ready for everything. So just in your start position, feathering forwards, so you're just ready to push onto it. It's a bit different for me.
What I love most about rivers is you can't step in the same river twice. The water's always changing.
So I'm in the back of the K2. What's key there is not to jump at the start, you just have to copy the person in front of you. So I've got an easy job, I'm just looking at the guy in front of me's paddle. As soon as that moves, I just go. Anything else, don't try and anticipate it too much, but just start with. Just keep the bucket in your sort of peripheral vision. Don't fixate on it, but just look just past it and it's there. And as soon as it moves, go for it.
Okay.
Start buckets when your nose, your boat gently hits the bucket, which should be where you're focused on the race, focusing on your lane, and a clear head.
Thank you for paying attention to our little project. We hope you've enjoyed our time with us. Now, to finish, a short list of do's and don'ts to surviving the April Regatta. We hope to see you again soon, and you stay classy, girls for gold.
My paddles clean and bright, flashing like silver. Follow the water's bite. Dip and swing, dip and swing it back. Flashing like silver, swift as the water's bite. Dip and swing. Flashing